Alright, well, I'm done screwing around it. Well, I think I'm ready to go home now. Thank you. Goodness. So, gotta love South Jersey. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. I don't know. Forget it. Whatever. So I like riding this 500. It does have a lot more power than the 250, obviously. It's an older bike, so there's some quirks with it. Like, I'll put it in neutral, and I'll take my hand off the clutch, and it'll stall out because it's still in first or second, whichever. Anything over 7,000 revs, the ass end starts to twitch a little bit, like it starts to wiggle. Assumably because of the, there's no baffle in the muffler, that's what's giving it the harsh sound, you know? So, it's a little funky. And to be honest with you, the clutch lever is hurting my middle finger. I don't know if I'm just grabbing it weird or what, but... Alright, so I was telling somebody about, the difference between counterbalancing and countersteering. Countersteering is going straight. This is my left hand, my right hand's on the hand grip. I'm going to pull the hand grip towards me and the bike tilts to the left. I push it away from me and the bike tilts to the right. So left, right, left, right. If you push to the right, the bike leans to the right. If you push to the left, the bike leans to the left. Counterbalancing, I'll go down this street. Oh, look, there's an open house, too. Let's see, we're going to make some noise. See, there's that sand triangle that I've been hearing about there. Alright, so counterbalancing is when you shift your weight to the opposite side of when you're leaning. Well, yeah, what you're leaning on. Like a regular lean, I'm going to lean to the left here. Right, I'm going to lean to the left and then tilt the bike with me and then lean around it like this. Alright, to counterbalance, up ahead I have a left-hand turn. I'm going to put my right ass cheek off the bike and I'm going to shove the bike down to the left. So I'm off the bike, I'm shoving the bike down to the left, but I'm still straight. And then I put my ass back on the seat. And see, now I'm straight up, the bike is leaning. Now I straighten the bike back out. and I put my butt back on the seat. And that's counterbalancing. So if I want to do that to the right, I'm going to shift my ass cheek to the left. I'm going to push the bike down to the right. Then it's kind of like a motocross kind of style when you're shoving the bike down. So now I'm going to push the bike down to the left. And all I'm doing basically right now is I'm straightening my arm. So I'm straightening my right arm and pushing the bike down this way. Pushing the bike to the down. Now usually when you counter steer, you push forward. When you're counterbalancing, you're pushing down. And I mean that literally, like you're shoving the bike's handlebars down. Alright, so now there's a big sweeping right hand turn here. So I'm going to shift my butt off to the left. And I'm going to straighten my right arm out. And now I'm pushing the bike down. Now I'm straight up and the bike is leaning. And that's counterbalancing. So my butt is still off the seat. You know, my weight is going straight up and down. The bike's weight is leaning to the right. So basically I'm making the bike lean at a harder angle than I am. The opposite would be to lean into the turn, as opposed to counterbalancing where the bike is leaning and you're straight. You would lean into the lean. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my weight into the lean, but I'm not going to tilt the bike as much. I'm going to be leaning off the bike. Start out wider, and I'm going to have like a middle to late apex. So I'm off the bike is straight up, and I'm turning. And again, I'm off the bike, leaning into the turn, and basically to turn the bike, you basically need to have something off angle. Either the bike has to be leaning or you do. So either you're in line with the bike. Oh, hello. Either you're in line with the bike or you are counterbalancing. You're opposite of the bike. That's about it. Again, Alright, so we're going to go to the left here. On the first lap around, I'm going to counterbalance. So, nobody behind me, so I can blow the stop sign. Alright, so my left butt cheek is off. I actually got my knee sticking out, just to give me more balance. Now the easiest way to stand the bike back up, to get it back vertical, is to just squeeze your legs together. So like I'm straight up and the bike is pushed down. The bike is leaning hard. And now I stand the bike back up. It's not that difficult. It's actually, the only time that gets very tricky is when you're going very, very fast. If you're going over like 40, 50 miles an hour, you don't want to lean the bike too far. You want to lean you. Because the more that the bike leans, the less possibility you have of traction. And once the bike tires get past 45 degrees, you lose traction. So if you're going faster, it's a lot easier to lean into the turn than to counterbalance around it. Alright, so now I'm going to steer into it. Downshift in a second. I lean off the bike into the turn, and the bike is straight up, but I'm turning. I'm going around this circle just because my weight is off the bike. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gas up and lean into it and lean the bike also. Now that's a harder lean. That's the more gas you give it and the more you lean into it, the more the bike will turn. It's just that simple. So you start out wide, you lean into it, give it a little throttle halfway through, you switch around, notice the bar. Alright, I'm about done for today. Alright, so simply stating, you can lean your body with the bike, you can over-lean and lean into the turn, or you can counterbalance and not lean and shove the bike down. They're all pretty much, like, I guess, acceptable. It's all upon your comfort level, and in my opinion, it's about the type of turn you're trying to perform. You know, if you're going decently slow and you don't feel comfortable, you know, doing something, you know, you don't feel comfortable leaning off the bike because you feel you're going too slow or whatever, then, you know, then counterbalance. You know, if you're going too fast and you don't want to shove the bike down because you're scared you're going to lose traction, then lean into it. You know, and it's real simple. I mean, you have to get used to the concept of getting your body off of the motorcycle, you know, while you're doing speed. So if I'm going to make a left-hand turn, I'm going to push my left hand down, and I'm going to lean off the bike like this. Okay? So like if there was a mirror here, I'd want my face to be looking on the outside of the mirror. Alright? If I were to counterbalance, I would shift to make a left, I would still countersteer, I would shift my right butt cheek off the bike, and I would push my left arm straight to shove the bike down into the corner. So that's basically the gist of it. So whichever one makes you more comfortable, and whichever one is safest for you. Good luck. Have a good day. Peace.